All right. Today we are going to be looking at logarithm of number less than 1. In our previous class, we looked at logarithm of number greater than 1. So let's see when the number is less than 1, what happens. Now, for logarithm of number less than 1, if you want to solve it, the first thing, like we did in the former case, is to look for the characteristics of that number. And how do we get the characteristics? By changing the number to what? Standard form. Now, the number we are dealing with here is 0.6104. So we need to change this number to what? A standard form. And how do we do that? Just like we did in the previous case, changing this one to standard form will remove the points to the first number. Then you count the number of times you have moved. So in this case, this one will be 6.104 times 10 raised to power minus 1, because you have moved it once to the right, so it's minus 1. And that minus 1 signifies the characteristics. So knowing that, you keep it, but you will need it later. Now, how do we now solve this? Just like I did in the former case, number log. Divide your book into what? Number log. Now you write this number here, 0.6104. Then repeat the same number, 0.6104, then raised to power what? 3. Now the essence of writing it this way is to make it easier for us to calculate. I will look for the log number of this, then multiply the answer I get with 3. Anytime you are dealing with power, take note, you multiply with that power. If you have roots, you divide with the root sign, the value of the root sign. So in this case, I'm dealing with 0.6104. Just like we did in the previous case, you go to your logarithm table, look for this number in your logarithm table, starting with the first two, that is 61 under 0. Get the answer, then you go to the different section of the table, look for the difference. So in the case of this one, if you look for 61, that's my table, here is the table. If you look for 61 under 0, based on the table, you will see a value there. The value, after writing the characteristics, you put that value. Now, our characteristics is minus 1, which means it is bar 1. You don't call it minus 1, you call it what? Bar 1, because the negative sign is affecting just the 1. So you put it on top, and by putting it on top, it is what? Bar. Bar 1 points. Then you go to your table, 61 under 0 will give you 7853. Then you go to the different section. Different section, look for the difference under 4 along the same line, which is here. You will notice that the difference is 3. So you add 3 to this one. If you add 3 to this one, you will now have 7856. Plus 53 plus 3 is 56. So this is what you have in this case. Having done this, you go to the other one. In this case, like I said, anytime you are dealing with power, you multiply by 3. You have to repeat this number, then multiply it by 3, which is supposed to be by 1.7856, then multiply by 3. Now, doing it this way will make my work look rough. So I would prefer if I can just do it like this. Since I know I'm repeating this number, just multiply it by 3. Then you put the answer here, this space. Now, if you multiply this by 3, you will have 3 times 6 will give you what? 18. So you put 8 and carry 1. 3 times 5 is what? 15, plus that one is what? 16. Carry 1. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1, 25. So you put 5 and carry what? 2. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2. So it will be what? 23. You put 3 and carry what? 2. 3 times bar 1 is like saying 3 times minus 1. 3 times bar 1 is now bar 3. Then plus 2 will give you bar 1, that's minus 1. That's minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1, which we call bar 1. So bar 1, you put your point because there's point here. Now, this is now the answer you will get. Now, having gotten this answer, this is the answer in the log form. We need to reverse it back to the normal form, that's the natural number. Taking note of what this one means. This characteristics of bar 1 means that the number I'm dealing with will look exactly like this, because if it is like this, I will get bar 1. Are you getting me? So, having known that, you go to the anti-log table. Anti-log table is a table that you use to convert it back to the natural number. It's in the log form, so in order to convert it back, you look for what? The anti-log table. Now, in the anti-log table, what do? You look for 35 under 6 difference what? 8. 35 under 6 difference what? 8. It's here. You can see it there. So 35 under 6 difference. 35 under 6. Let's start with that one. We give you 2270. Then difference 8. If you check the difference column, which is here, is what? It is 4. You add 4 to this. If you add 4 to this, you will now have 2270 what? 4. Now, just like I said, since we are having a characteristics of bar 1, our answer will now exist in this form: 0.2274. This automatically becomes the answer. If you like this video, please ensure that you subscribe to this channel. Thank you for your time, and God bless.